Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my crackhead update, I've spoken several videos about the lady who sleeps at the bus stop. Well, she's back. It's a park not too far from that bus stop. My old lady, she's over there playing tennis right now. Her and some more females. And I walked over, looked at them play tennis a little while. I got bored. So as I was walking back, before I could cross the street, she met me. She said, hey, you ain't feeling me no more? I said, no, I don't feel you no more. She said, that's cold-blooded the way you treat me. I had to tell the lady, get lost, man. I'm not giving you no coffee. I'm not buying you anything. I'm not doing nothing for you. I'm not going to help you. You talk too fly to me. Get it how you live. That's my crackhead update. All right, y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out and let's ride. You know, I be checking the news out. From the thing that jumped off in this Washington, D.C., something I noticed, a lot of the people that's being arrested for breaching the White House, all those people had careers. I mean, good jobs. Now you're going to get to see what the life of a convicted felon look like in America. A lot of things that you did in the past, those activities will be curtailed drastically if you're a convicted felon. And I noticed something else. They firing every one of them, taking their jobs. Some of them probably will lose their pension. But a person got to stand up for something. I'm not saying what they did is right or wrong. But your belief system, that's your philosophy on life. But every action has consequences. So when things go bad, don't cry. Take your licks. Put your big boy drawers on and take your licks. All right, I don't ever discuss politics. Politics, religion, and sports. I'll start the hell of his argument you ever want to have. So all right, let's ride, man. We're gonna go to the East Ham unit, and it had this new guy came on our line. That's on the north end of East Ham, and he was sitting in the day room. He was from Dallas. He was sitting in the day room just talking about all the stuff he did in Dallas, how many pretty women he had, and the Cadillac he was riding around in. And a little old dude, he always sell a lot of wolf tickets. He couldn't fight a gnat off his ass, but he'll sell it to you if you'll buy it. But most people that did a little time, they pretty good judge of character. This guy trying to convince guys that he was hell on wheels on the outside. But this guy's listening at his conversation, and he just got up and walked over there and slapped him. Man, shut your motherfucking mouth up. You better not even talk no more. He said, you better get you a man before the sun go down this evening. That guy was sitting there looking crazy. And another guy was sitting beside him. And he told that other guy, he said, say, man, I can't talk. The other dude was sitting beside him, told him, I can't talk neither. Because they kind of had a rule, man, if they thought you was weak, or you showed any weak tendencies, and one of them dudes confronted you and you can get up and get right on his ass, you done made a fatal mistake. None of these people know you. Nobody know you. You in worlds of trouble. Now, it's different if you're a well-known guy. You come from another prison or you come from the streets and some people know you and know you about that life, you ain't gonna have no problems. Like nobody knows this guy. But a smart convict, he'll sit back and wait. Because you never know who this other person know. He might have a relative. He might have a homeboy that's been locked up a long time that's going to vouch for his credibility or give him a weapon. You don't know. So most of those guys will just sit back and wait till you do something dumb. Then they see what you made out of. But this fool here, man, he always pulling some kind of stunt. And he can't really whoop nobody on the whole cell block. But he wasn't scared. You just go ahead to beat him up. I ain't never seen him win no fight. When he get to the fighting part of it, he always would try to negotiate. Or go run to the ward and try to move to another cell block. So anyway, this guy was sitting there. He was sitting beside another guy. They already had him in check. He already had him a husband. So he know he can't do no talking in that day room. And these two fit sitting side by side. And I heard him tell the other guy, I got a brother at this prison. I'm sitting there looking, man. A couple more guys out of Dallas said, damn, man, you let that guy slap you like that, man, go over there and get on his ass. He don't say anything. He's scared to death because East Ham got that bad reputation for violence. This guy is scared. And finally, they start calling a lot of activities. And his brother was in the crab shop. He called his brother Trail Boss. Now, they always talking about this hell of a booty bandit, Fleece Johnson. Now, Texas got quite a few Fleece Johnson. Quite a few of them in Texas. I'm talking about die-hard booty bandits. You better not show no weakness. Really, I used to look at some of them guys, to me, they wasn't impressive. You'd be surprised what an iron pipe will break them all the way down to the lowest turn. If you can't whoop him, all you got to do is knock the side of his head off, end of your problems. But then they know who to take the bullshit to. They know who they was dealing with. And finally, inmates started moving around in the hallway, and Trail Boss walked in the cell block. Man, that dude looked and seen his brother. Man, you could see a smile come over his face. His brother said, yeah, man, Mom had wrote and say you was coming to prison, man. I didn't know you was coming over here. How you doing, man? He said, I can't talk, man. This dude slapped me, told me I can't talk. He said, man, who slapped you? He pointed him out. He's sitting over at the poker table. Trail Boss called him over. He said, say, man, you slapped my brother? He said, say, Trail Boss, man, I'm in the game and you in the game. So you know how the game go. He said, I didn't know that was your brother, man. I didn't know. He said, man, I just thought he was a regular hoe, man. I don't know nothing about that dude, man. He said, you in the game, so I'm in the game too. And Trail Boss told him, say, okay, since you in the game and I'm in the game, you gonna be my piece of game. He say, my boy just went home, so I need me another fat butt boy. And that's you. You in the game, you my piece of game. He say, you told my brother he can't talk. He say, now you get your ass away from that poker table. You go sit over in that corner. And you better not never talk long as you on our line. He said, matter of fact, when I get through talking to my brother, next time they roll the cell doors, you come on up to my cell. He said, you in the game, right? He said, Say, man, I ain't messed up or nothing, man. I don't even care, man. He said, well, you come on up to my cell and we'll talk about this thing. He said, I ought to beat the hell out of you for hitting my brother. I'll show you how the tide can turn on you. Now, if this guy would have got up and half-assed fought, he could have whooped this fool. All he had to do was fight. But he's so scared because the reputation that prison had. And most of those guys live up to that reputation going, it was bad there. Now, I'm talking about bad. Violence rampant. Everywhere you go is violence. And I hear guys talking about Ferguson unit. Back in the day, there was a lot of young guys at Ferguson. When they get transferred over to Eastham, I've seen those guys start crying like little girls. They be so scared when they get to that prison. It's a different ball game there than the Ferguson unit. You ain't gonna be dealing with no little youngsters, 18, 19, 20 years old. These guys been locked up that long. And they had hella booty bandits at Eastham. They hope to die, they gonna get you. I've seen them come over there, man. They refuse housing. They be scared to go to the cell block. They be standing there sleeping in the hallway all night, scared to go on them cell blocks. And the ones who would come over there, they gonna test you. You know, to me, like I said, these guys wasn't that impressive. Some of them had hell of a fight games. Because normally you had to have one. You never know when some guy gonna walk up and catch you in that chow hall sitting there with your back turned and take one of those pictures and get right on your ass. You don't never know when that was gonna happen. And I've seen a lot of them guys come out of it victorious. The guy would beat for him, he still win because he can box good as hell. He'd get up and get right on that guy's ass. Those guys had to have a fight game. I've seen them in the shower, stand up that shower, dude make a soap sock. When they had the large bars of soap, put about 6 bars of soap in 2 pair of socks and try and hit a dude in the head, dude still would win. You know, but I've seen a lot of them get their ass tore off the bone too. I've seen some of them lose their life. You gotta watch who you dealing with. You can't judge a book by its cover. Some of the most vicious guys I know, man, they were soft-spoken. You know, you can tell the pathway to a person's soul. Got to do is look at him in his eyes. Basically tell you everything you need to know. Look at his eyes. Don't listen to nothing come out of his mouth, his body movement. Look at his eyes. Tim Snow is at the hospital over from Texas Prison Stories. Hope everything turned out well for him. This video gonna be short today. Follow me over on Patreon. The link will be in the description. And I need these likes up, man. Hit that like button, man. I need my likes to come up. Like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching.